I got as you can see, I got the new valve cover for the Datsun 280Z, the rare one with the Nissan big letter. I'm stripping it down right now. So the car's showing a couple days. I want to actually get this cleaned up, paint it. I'm gonna go with wrinkle black, keep it classic. And yeah, you know, in case anybody was wondering, I use aircraft remover. This thing smells really, really strong. So make sure you're in a well vented area. In a garage, make sure the garage doors are open. But yep, they say give it 30 minutes. I'm gonna start scraping it and reapplying a couple coats. You're most likely gonna need more than one coat. I mean, if you only need one coat, then they didn't really paint it well. But let's see. I'm gonna keep showing y'all the progress. Here's how it looks after 3 coats. I followed instruction, 30 minutes. Then I hit it with I put a wire brush on a grinder, clean it some more. You know, I'll sand it down later, but right now what I'm working on is hitting the Nissan leather with 600 grit with the Orbiter sander. And I'm gonna try to, get this as polished, as nice and clean as possible. Later on when I spray and then I use the razor to, take the paint off, it should be, later on all I have to do is just lightly wet sand it and get the shine back out. I apologize guys, it's a little dark, but I have to move over to the sink so I can do some of my wet sanding. This is a short clip of all that I have to do. Usually you just get the paper that you want and try to keep it as wet. The wetter you keep the actual thing that you're sanding, the better finish you will get. So remember that and just have patience. And I know I should be using a sanding block and stuff, but it works. I wasn't going for a super professional finish, but you guys let me know what you think in the end of the video. I sanded it. I hit this with 600 grit, then I had to skip to 1,000, then 1,200 is real nice and smooth. It's smooth enough so when I paint it, I'm gonna have to use a razor to get the paint off of this area and the letters. Then I can continue hitting it with, go back to 1,000 grit wet sanding and, go higher. And the higher I go, the shinier it's gonna get. But yeah, so now all I have to do is go pick up the spray and, make sure I degreased it. A lot of times you have to use a lot of degreaser. And I'm gonna degrease it one more time before I paint it, so no chemicals is on it. But yep, that's my progress. Here is me just spray painting the valve cover. I use VHT wrinkle black spray paint. Nothing, nothing special. I did 3 coats. The first coat was relatively light as you don't want it to run, but this stuff is thick, so don't be afraid of it. You can do a good first heavy coat and it will not run. But yeah, I did 3 coats. If you want, you can do a little bit more, but 3 was sufficient enough for me. Speed up the process, add a little heat for that little wrinkle finish. Carefully scraping some of the paint off. It's not fully dry, but I'd rather do it now than wait for it to get fully dry, and then it becomes a lot harder.
take as much as you possibly can off. Then you just have to sand it. Wet sand it with a 1000 grit paper.
Finish touching. To get that shine, 1200 wet sandpaper, 1200 grit sandpaper, and you just have to wet sand around the letters.